Hey, this is Morty back with another video for Path of Exile 2. And what I want to go over today is what you actually need to do in Act 1 and all the things that you can skip. So obviously, when you start out, you have to go through and do the scripted events, pick up the weapon and whatever else in the first area, kill the first boss, and when you go to town, they'll give you a quest reward for killing that boss, and you have to select a skill gem. Then, when you go on to the next area, in here, when you enter Clearfall, if you go up and to the left, you're gonna find a mysterious campsite that has another skill gem. A lot of people are gonna wanna run that to grab the extra skill gem. Gives you a little extra power to be able to swap to another skill, or you can grab a couple of those by running, the first boss and running to this campsite. Maybe you wanna build up a little supply of skill gems before you start. You have to make different characters to do that because it is just once per character. But that's the way to do it in Path of Exile 2 right now, because low level skill gems are real few and far between. But then in Fell, straight up north from the site, the waypoint is there's a witch there that gives you, cold resistance. Then, once you beat her, you're gonna just rush the zone line to, Grellwood, and then in Grellwood, you're gonna look for the Tree of Souls. Once you find the Tree of Souls, it's gonna say that you need something. When you've run the quest, you know that it's from Redvale. You go there and you click on 3 little, armor peaks, and they give you, like, quest items to unlock and beat the Rust King boss there. So you have to beat him to be able to move on. Once you get the Rust King, um quest completed, I think it sends you here. You talk to the guy by the salvage bench, and he completes the quest and give you some spikes. Then you come back here, you use them to release the guy from the tree. Then it sends you to Grim Tangle, and in Grim Tangle, uh, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to kill this boss. You can just skip him. You're gonna rush to the cemetery. When you get to the cemetery, you do have to beat a couple bosses there. One's the Praetor in the Mausoleum, and one's the in the Tomb of Consort. When you go to the Mausoleum, there is a area called Forgotten Riches, and in this, a chest in there, it gives you a skill gem. So because you're pretty much starving for skill gems at the time, I recommend taking that and then beating the boss. This is level 9 area, so you wanna kind of, take the time to get your level around that same area so that you can beat the boss with ease. Um then we're gonna go back to the cemetery. I wanted to show you guys, make sure that in the cemetery, when you first enter the cemetery, you're gonna come out of this Grim Tangle, hole here, and when you do, you don't automatically unlock the waypoint. You actually have to walk and, get really close to it, believe it or not, to unlock it. So we're starting right here, and I knew, this past run that I'd have to run and fight those 2 bosses, and what I did is I didn't unlock the waypoint, and it was a big hassle. I had to run the whole, zone again to get back to it. So make sure you unlock that waypoint. So you beat both of those bosses, then it's gonna, you're going to come back, and unlock this gate and then fight another boss up there. Once you beat him, you go to the hunting grounds, and in the hunting grounds, uh, I don't think that there's anything really in the hunting grounds. Oh yeah, I forgot. There is the Crow Bell guy. It's a fun fight, a fun boss to fight, and it does give you 2 skill points. And you want to um unlock both of these waypoints. Now, Freyhorn, this is an optional fight, not necessary to complete Act 1, but it does have a good bonus. The only thing is, if you're doing like speed runs, this is going to be a little time consuming, because you do have to beat like 2 or 3 um, altars to be able to unlock the king, right? So if you're doing speed runs, you probably skip that to start with. I know that, Grim Feast or Raging Spirits is a good option for what drops. There's a spirit gem that also drops from King of the Mist. So you not only get the 30 spirit here, but you also get that spirit gem. So it is nice, but if you're really running through the axe as fast as you can, probably skipping that to start with. Come back when you have power so it doesn't take you too long to run that zone. Um, you wanna go to Oakham, Farmlands next and grab the loot and then turn it in, get you 2 skill points, and you can skip the other stuff here. You don't have to do the workshop. Um, that might actually unlock the crafting bench the first run through. So you might have to do it your very first run. Not crafting, salvage bench. So the first run through, you might wanna grab that, but it's not, required, for future runs. Then you go to the village, and you do have to kill the executioner. Um, it's a scripted thing, you have to kill him to be able to move on. You do not have to get the gallows. It is another skill gem, so it might be good to grab real quick. It's just a guy that's, hanging out in the gallows. So you let him go, uh, and you get a great little bonus from him. Then from there, you wanna go to the manor ramparts, and you're just gonna skip everything in that zone. Go to the, Ogham Manor, and you wanna kill the Candlemas guy because in Act 1, he gives you 20 max life. In Act 4, Cruel, which is, I guess it's Act 1 Cruel, he gives you 8% maximum life, so make sure that you're killing him, and then you beat the boss, and that's it for Act 1. So, you can skip a lot of stuff as you're going through Act 1. Um, the only thing that I'm not really sure about is the workshop. I don't recall if that's required to unlock the, um, salvage bench or not. So but I hope that helps you guys, understand all the things that you can skip. There's a lot of really big zones and a lot of things that just take up a lot of time that you don't need to do. Just, know that when you get to the mausoleum, you wanna be around that same monster level so that the bosses are not too hard for you. If you have extras, support gems, it makes it a lot easier, so if it's your second run, just get your supports, and it should be easy to kill those 2 bosses, and then when you get to the Oakham Manor and you beat that boss, you kinda wanna be around that same level too. It really makes the bosses super easy when you're close to their level. So, that's it for today, and I'll be making another one for Act 2 and Act 3 later, so have a good one and see you in the next video. Peace.